So how you guys doing? I wanted to come do a video. I want to jump right into it. And today we're just going to talk about real quickly about receiving a breakthrough and about healing. And this is this video is for the people that are tired of being tired, because I have been there, you know. And I've come to realize that you can't just say, you know, you sick of something, but every single day you continue putting up with it. You continue the same routine, but yet you complain to everybody around you. You want to feel like the victim, like, woe is me, everybody's doing me wrong. And don't get me wrong, this video is in no way, shape, or form to excuse other people's behavior. But like they say, at the end of the day, we can only control how we feel about ourselves, and we can control how we can control how others make us feel about us and how we let others affect us. So again, I'm going to use heartbreak as an example, and I'm going to talk about how things that I've done to help me overcome and help me push forward. So just like any other person, when you first go through heartbreak, it feels like you're gonna die. I don't know how else to put it. Like, you just feel like you're gonna die. You can't think of anything else. You feel like you're never going to feel that love again or find anybody else. You feel unworthy. You feel unlovable. Is unvaluable a word? I don't know. But anyways, you just feel like, you feel terrible. And then when it's time to lay down at night, it's like your heart is heavy, your chest is heavy. You sleep all day, but then even when you sleep, when you wake up, you just want to go back to sleep. You still don't feel rested. Your body doesn't feel rested. Your soul doesn't feel rested. You want to sleep all day. So heartbreak is real, and it has a real effect on your body and your emotions. And you could be just driving around, you could be at work, and you just randomly break out into tears. Like, that's how deep it gets. So I'm just gonna give a couple examples of things that we all done that we think probably helps get over breakups, but it really doesn't. And the first thing we do is, figure out, you're some of us, I'm not gonna say everybody, but some of us, the first step is, denial and trying to chase the person and trying to get them back and trying to prove your worth and begging and pleading. That's the first step, which is also a no-no for this video. So, I found the best thing is silence, to not say anything at all. And I know, like, human nature is to fight, to beg and plead. Love is a fight. Love doesn't, love is going to try to make it work, and it's self-sacrificing and putting your ego to the side and you being vulnerable. So your natural instinct is to want to do that, but I feel like it makes it worse, in your mind. It makes it worse on you emotionally. And then, when you get home or you get time to yourself, you just thinking to yourself like, oh my God, why did I do that? I'm so embarrassed. If I could rewind time, I wish I wouldn't have did that. My dignity, my pride is on the line. Again, when you love someone, you're willing to put those things to the side. But after the fact, once you start replaying the events in your head, it's not a good feeling. So that's one thing that we do. Again, it's crazy how we'll go from relationship to relationship, and once it ends, we'll do that same thing knowing that it's counterproductive. You know what I'm saying? You want to go against your instinct. Your instinct is to beg and to plead and to put up with whatever, but deep down inside, that's not what you should be doing. But yet we keep doing it and we keep expecting different results. Again, that is the definition of insanity. You got to do something different to get something new. That's the first thing. So after you've begged and pleaded, it's not working out, or you get back together and you break up, and you get back together and you break up, and then you finally to a place where, okay, we're done. Next thing we kind of want to go through or go to is the music. And I've said this before. I've done a heartbreak video before about 2, 3 years ago on my channel. And music is so powerful and it has such an effect on your emotions. And obviously you need a mourning period. It's a time to listen to the sad songs and listen to the lyric, because you feel like the people singing the songs, you can just relate. It's like when you hurt, they're speaking the words that you can't speak. So you relate to that song and you playing it and you feeling yourself. Or if you the turn up type, if you ain't the R&B type, you might play that song where it's like talking about, forget you, turn up, it's hot girl summer, hot guy summer, whatever. But the danger in that is, again, music plays on your emotions and on your subconscious. Again, you want to give yourself a grieving period, and maybe during that period you do want to listen to songs. But it comes a point where, in my opinion, from my experience, I completely cut the music. Like, even if it was a positive song, unless it was gospel or something to like uplift my spirits, or it was worship music, I kind of got to the point where I even just kind of just cut music altogether, at least till I knew for a fact I was like to a healthy stage. Because it was like every song I wanted to relate to the lyrics, or it makes me want to link it to that person, and it actually made the healing process longer. I know when you're mourning, you think it's helping you because, again, it's somebody you can relate to. The lyrics speak what you feel. But I've noticed, sorry y'all, my camera cut off. But anyways, I was saying it actually drags on the process. And I love music. I write music, I make music. I really love music. I connect with it, but I had to stop because it was not helping the situation. And what I did, again, my flesh didn't want to do it. My flesh was like, nah, listen to that music, in a moment it's going to make you feel better. But I noticed after I was done listening to the music, pay attention to you got to really pay attention to how you feel after listening to music. I know some people may not pay attention to that, but I do. I'm very self-aware. I'm very in tune with my feelings. You really sit still and think about how you feel after you listen to certain songs. Sometimes you listen to songs, especially if they're not talking about nothing, and you feel good while it's on. You feel lit. You feel turned up. But then afterwards, you just when you get back to silence, you just feel empty. And then there's other songs, again, like I said, I like certain worship songs that when I listen to it, I still feel good after I'm done listening to it. And that's the difference. Really pay attention. And again, those lyrics, they're embedded in your subconscious mind. Even when you're not listening to it, those music comes with energy, it comes with spirit. I'm not trying to get too deep in the video, but basically I'm saying that it's deeper than just a song. Song comes with energy, song comes with spirit. You don't know what mood the person was in when they made that song. Like, all that stuff really does play a factor, and you don't want any outside forces, interfering with your healing. That's all I'm saying. So again, if you never thought about cutting the music out before, actually take it in consideration. It's not going to hurt to try, even if you just tried it a week, and tell me if y'all don't notice a difference, because I definitely noticed a difference. And again, this is coming from somebody that makes music, writes music. I've performed. I love music. I'm not saying I'm giving it up for life, but during a healing process, it had to go. And I felt so much better, because I not only think about it, when you going through heartbreak or a tough situation, that person is already mentally taking space in your mind. You're already meditating on it. You're already thinking about it all day, where you feel like you can't think about nothing else. Then you go turn on this music. You're linking all the songs to this person. So now you meditating on the song. So it's like your whole day is just dedicated to this person, no matter what. And like I said, your subconscious is always going. So that music is imprinting in your mind. Even, how you say, like, you could be doing something, you're not specifically thinking about something, but but technically you feel it in the back of your mind. Like when people say that, like, you know, this person's always at the back of my mind even when I'm busy. That's kind of what that means. So yeah, so like I said, the first thing is to take, you know, don't beg, don't plead, just be still, just be silent. You know, gather your thoughts. Don't go with your instincts. That was the first tip. Number two, taking a fast from music. Just for a little bit. Just set yourself a time limit and just see if you notice a difference. That's my number two tip. My number three tip is to pray even when it hurts. I know when we're going through pain, praying is the last thing you want to do. And I'm going to be honest, I struggled. I struggled to pray. And even though I know that I put myself in a lot of situations that I shouldn't have put myself in, you know, we get to the point where we want to blame God, even though God told you, man, this person not right for you. You deserve better. You're valuable. You know, when you first meet somebody, you always instantly get a red flag or a sign, and you get a gut feeling that you know this is not the right person for me. Like, I know I'm worth more, but you go forth with it anyways because you don't want to be alone, or, you know, you want to flick it up for the gram or whatever the case may be, or to please other people, or to validate you, to feel loved, you know, and you don't even love yourself. Like, all these things we do is the reason we get in a relationship, and we'll move forward because, you know, we think that, okay, well, I can build this person up. I can fix them. I can change them. You can't change nobody that don't want to change. People need to change on their own. It's not your job to change them. It's your job to inspire, to motivate, to encourage, to build together. But it's not your responsibility to change anybody. And I had to learn that. I've always been the nurturing type, and I love motivating people. Obviously, I'm on here, I make motivation videos. You know, that's my passion. I feel like that's my calling. But there's a difference between motivating and carrying somebody, especially when you're the woman. You know what I'm saying? You want a man that is the provider, the head, is the lead, and can help carry you, you know? But this video can go for men too. You know, if you're with a woman that's not healed or she's damaged from past relationships, you don't want to feel like, you know, every little thing you do, you know, is to, how do I say it? You don't want to feel like you're her end all be all, like you're her whole happiness. That's a lot of pressure. And that's what people mean when they say you need to be whole before you get in a relationship. Or if you're not, if you're just in it solely because you don't want to be alone, you know, that's a dangerous place to be in. Because then when issues arise, you're going to be looking to the other person for happiness, and they're not God. Like, yes, people can come into your life and they can, you know, they can bring you happiness and good memories and good times, but they can't bring you true peace, true inner joy. Like, that comes from within. That comes from the Most High. Like, you cannot get that from another person. That's why you will find people, they're so in love in the beginning, and then after, they can't stand each other. That's why you have the divorce rate at 50%. Like, clearly, another person really completing your happiness is not realistic. Like, relationships are to build, to have a purpose. If you don't have no purpose, you don't have no vision, then your relationship pretty much is pointless. Like, you're doing it for selfish reasons because you don't want to be by yourself. Okay, it's worse when you in a relationship and you still feel alone, because I felt that before too. Like, that's even worse. I think being single feels better than being in a relationship and you still feel alone. That's the worst feeling. It really is an eye opener that somebody else can't, you know, you can't put all your hope in somebody else. Like, happiness come from yourself. So anyways, I know I kind of like went on a tangent, but I done forgot my steps. But anyways, like I said, the first one is to be still, be at peace. So my video quality might look a little different because now I'm on another device because it cut off on me again. Your girl can talk, and I ain't got no room on none of my devices, but I want to talk a lot. But anyway, so like I was saying, our third step, because I kind of went on one, the point of the third step was to pray when you don't feel like it, because you're not going to feel like it. And you're gonna feel like it's not working because every day you're waking up with a heavy heart and a heavy chest. But push into it. Trust me, believe me when I tell you that it works. I am a living witness. I pressed into it. I've cried in prayer where I'm just like, I don't feel like this is going to work. Like, tell God what you're feeling. Tell Him exactly what you're feeling. When you're praying, if you feel like prayer is not going to work, say you feel like prayer is not going to work. Say that you want to be healed and pray specifically and pray hard. And I'm not talking about, no, thank you, God, for this day. Please heal me. Like, I mean, go in. Go in. Because, a lot of us, we vent to our friends. But you can't, sometimes you don't tell your friends the whole thing, or you do tell them the whole thing, but they're sick and tired of hearing about the same thing, so you just hold back. Like with God, I don't hold nothing back. And I go to Him first. I go to Him first before I go to people, before I go to friends. I always go to God first. And I pour and pour and pour and pour and pour. And I even tell Him when I feel like it's not going to work. And I even tell Him when I feel like sometimes I don't feel like I could be healed. But then, this is why it's important to get in your word. This is what when people talk about speaking affirmations, it's the same thing, but I'm talking about speaking scriptures of your life. Reminding yourself that, you're beautifully, you're fearfully, wonderfully made. You know what I'm saying? You're a child of God. You're an heir. You're a joint heir. You're called. You're chosen. You're anointed. Like, them words are powerful. And anybody that's anointed, called, and chosen don't deserve to be treated like no peasant. Don't deserve to be treated like nobody off the street. You literally have to tell yourself that even when you don't believe it, even when you don't feel it, till you start to believe it. Because words, there is power in words. Words are life and death. So like I said, even if you may feel a certain way, start speaking something completely opposite. And you believe me when I say your mind will change. It may take a week. It may take a month. But that pain and that heavy chest, it will start to diminish. For a stepping stone, everybody heals at a different pace. But I'm going to say, if you really apply these steps in this video that I talked about, I'm going to say when you hit the 2 week to 3 week mark, you will notice a difference. You will notice an improvement. You will notice a change. I'm not going to say you ain't going to be completely healed, because you're going to have those days where you chilling, like you feel like, oh, I'm healed over this. And then the next day you just break down and you like, dang, man, I thought I was over this. But I'm telling you that heaviness on your chest, it starts to become lighter and lighter. But you got to really, 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 really stick to these steps. If you want the healing, you'll stick to these steps. Which leads me to my last 2 steps. And these 2 are very important. So the last step was prayer. And again, get into your word. And what you read, use that as your battle plan in your prayer. You need that. You need to speak power over your life. I don't know. That's a whole nother video. I'm going to just talk about that in a whole nother video. Let's just move to step number 4. Step number 4 is to distance yourself and lower communication. You have to. And again, I'm going to say this because we want to be practical, because we know breaking apart and distancing ourselves from somebody is very, very hard. So I'm not going to hit y'all with just cut the person off. Because a lot of people will tell you, that's eventually what you're going to need to do. But we're going to take this baby steps. We're going to make this a realistic video. How about this? If you can continue communication with that person, start to disconnect internally. When they're talking to you, talk to yourself with the things you've been reading, the things you've been praying about, even while you're talking to that person. Remind yourself while they're talking, like, man, like, I'm a queen, or I'm a king. You know what I'm saying? I'm chosen. I have a purpose. I have a calling on my life. I have so many gifts and talents. I'm so powerful. I have so much to give. I have so much to nurture. I have an empire inside of me. You know what I'm saying? You have so much inside of you that needs to come out. And you remind yourself of that while that person is talking to you. You can still pay attention, still keep in contact, but start to disconnect emotionally. Because we have to be realistic. It's going to take baby steps, because even when I knew somebody wasn't good for me, I would still continue to talk to them. So, but what I did was, even when I talked to them, I start to disconnect, and I start to think of what I do deserve and what I'm worth. And I would just diminish, slowly diminish, communication, slowly detach. That's a more realistic way to do it. But you have to keep in mind to not keep getting your hopes up. Because we'll say, oh, I'm done, I'm through. And then you'll go right back. They'll hit you with one sweet nothing or one little, line. Oh, I miss you. Or, oh, I'm going to change you. No. Believe actions. Cool. Show me actions. Don't want to hear the words. You ain't even got to say that. Just in your mind, just say, nope, I need actions because I'm worthy, I'm valuable. You have to start believing what people are showing you. And that ties in with this step. Not only cutting communication, but on top of that, while you're starting to cut communication, you may notice an increase in them, trying harder, but with their words, not so much with their actions. If you want different results, you've lived your life listening to people's words, even though it was just complete lies because nothing changed, and you're going through the same thing for year after year after year after year after year. If you want different results, do something different. And the difference today is we're going to watch the actions. We're going to observe the actions. Because, man, you can take a baby. A baby can show you it loves you without even talking. Like, just come on now. If a baby can show you love without words, why can't a grown man or a grown woman do the same? Words are not enough. So from here on forward, believe actions. Don't believe words. Love can't hide itself. Love can't lie. You know what I'm saying? Again, the Bible tells you what love is. It is not envious, kind. It's not self-seeking. It's sacrificial. If instead, I heard somebody say, when you read on love, replace the word love with that person's name. And if it don't line up, we'll just say the person's name is John. Is John sacrificial? Is John kind? Is John, I can't even think of it off the top of my head, but all the attributes of love. Are he these things? If you say it out loud and it don't sound right, that's your answer. That's your answer. It don't matter what he say. His actions are telling you, man, this don't line up to love. So that's the tip. And my last tip, I done forgot my last tip. I need to start writing things down, but I like to freestyle because I like to come from the heart. But I had something else that I want y'all to try out. But I am gonna end it with this because this helps so much. You gotta get busy. And I'm not talking about getting busy just doing nothing, but like really find out what you want to do for your life. And another thing I've learned is whatever you admire about that person, because we can learn something from everybody, even from somebody that a relationship didn't work with. What is it that drew you to that person? There's always good qualities, no matter how crappy your relationship could be. There's always good qualities you can find in a person. What can you take to from that person to improve yourself? And whatever it is that you're looking for in a future partner, things that are important to you, make sure you meet those standards. I hear people say all the time, oh, I need somebody with 6 figures. Oh, I need somebody with this type of body. Oh, I need somebody with this type of house and this type of car. And they don't have none of those things. I'm not going to ask for nothing that I don't feel that I can live up to. So use this time to start working on you. Use this time to dig into your gifts. The gifts God placed inside of you, that's what's going to make you feel whole. The people, the relationships, the money, those are just icing on the cake. That's just extra. But your gifts and your talents, whatever it is inside of you that you need to pursue, that's what's going to make you whole. On your deathbed, you ain't going to be thinking about none of these people. I mean, besides your kids, and your parents. I'm not saying you're not going to think about nobody. What I'm saying is you're going to regret the choices you didn't make in life. You're not going to be thinking about, who you dated and all this stuff. We can't take nobody with us. We came in here alone and we going to leave alone. That's why we put relationships so much on the pedestal. I mean, we're created to be relational beings. But at the end of the day, if you think about it, ain't nobody coming with you. Ain't nobody leaving up out of here with you. So that just shows you quit looking at other people and trying to fit in. And this person's in a relationship and that person's in a relationship. Half these people is unhappy. Who cares? And for the ones that are happy and they are building, that's good for them too. But again, they ain't even leaving out here with nobody. We came in this world alone. We gonna leave out this world alone. So don't put up with anything less. Time is too short. Really know what it is you want in a person. They need to know their purpose. You need to know your purpose so y'all could build. That's what you here for. That's what's gonna fulfill you. And then y'all will truly be happy together. So again, these are different things to think about and things to actually try to put into action. Don't just watch this video and get inspired. Please really try to apply it, because it really helped, and it helped me. And I've been through some pain, like some pain, like, and I feel like this video is really practical. It's not just just get over it video. Some people just say, well, just get over it, but no, you need tips. You need somebody that's been through it, that can walk you through it and give you something practical that you could do every day. And know that it's gonna hurt, but like I said, if you can put these things in place for at least a good 2 weeks, and those are the most that's the most painful time. That's when your heart feels the heaviest. You want to choke, you want to cry, you want to break down. But I promise you, if you apply these things and you stick to it, you will see a difference. You will.